was like, yeah, you know, I'll sit outside to wait for my ride. So, Hey, so I was just sweeping in the den, right? And this is something that I have to do on a very regular basis, simply because I have a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old. So sweeping and vacuuming are two things that I have to do. If not every day, then at least every other day. And that prompted me to remember a couple weeks ago, we had a Kirby representative come to the house. He was like, yeah, you know, if you allow us to do a demo, then we'll give you this free handheld vacuum cleaner. So I'm like, yeah, I want a free handheld from Kirby. So he came the next evening, like around 6. So I was just getting home. So clearly, just from that, he wasn't happy. He don't like stuff like that. He's an Ivan. But anyway, the dude, you know, he gets started. He pulls out the Kirby, and it's a dope vacuum. Let me say, yo, this vacuum is dope. He's pulling together, attaching it, you know, and he starts vacuuming different areas of the house. And the interesting thing is, he was anticipating our floors being a lot more dusty and dirty than what they were. I don't know why though. I wonder why. I wonder, like, what is he accustomed to whenever he does these demos in people's homes. But I do maintain my floors a lot more than, I guess, the average person, because I have a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old. I have to vacuum, I have to sweep, and I also wear a shoes off home. So when you come into our crib, you better take your shoes off and leave them in the foyer. In addition to that, I have a Bissell carpet cleaner, and I try to clean the carpets, especially when they get dirty. You know, not stains, but, you know, spills and stuff like that. So like every 6 months was my goal. I don't reach that, but, you know. So, like, you know, he's going around and he's like trying to pull up as much dirt as he can. He even hit up the ceiling fan, because usually the ceiling fan is trash. But we had a balloon get wrapped around the ceiling fan, so we had to go up there, and it was dusty, and so we, you know, wiped it down and whatnot. And he was anticipating it being trash like it usually is, but it wasn't. And I'm like sad that he was kind of disappointed. But anyways, so he goes on and he, you know, he's talking to me, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, does anybody suffer from allergies? And I'm like, no, none of us have allergies. And so that kind of like thwarted what he was planning to say as it relates to dust mites in the mattresses, and, you know, how the vacuum pulls up the dust and the dirt, you know, so on and so forth from the night, you know, our dead skin cells and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, we don't even have a mattress. We have a sleep number. So he wasn't like unhappy, but the demo wasn't going well for him. So, you know, fast forward, come to the point of, okay, well, he wants to sell it to us. So I'm game. I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't know what I was expecting. You hit your head, man. So life happens. JoJo hit his head on the table, then Lil Ive then jumped off the bed. Hey, I need you to be quiet. This is me. This is my story time. Don't be like your daddy. So he jumped off the bed and landed on his foot all wrong, so he's kind of, you know, wobbly. But anyways, this is my story, man. Okay, so check it. I mean, it's my story time.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to ignore him, okay? So it comes down to, it's time to talk money, you know. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's talk money. Don't you know this joint? He talking about $2,800.
Bruh.
And so I'm like, you know, yeah, that's just completely out of what we would be willing to pay for a vacuum. Like, we have a vacuum from Walmart, and it does perfectly fine. Like I said, this vacuum is dope though. But $2,800, nah. And so he starts packing up, and he was like, you know, we really want to open up a new location here in your area. In order for us to do that, we have to have a certain number of people purchase the vacuum. Would you be willing to purchase the vacuum at our cost, at what it cost us? And I was like, it depended, you know, how much is that? And so he was like, $1,800. We could put you on a payment plan for $65 a month. And I was thinking like, yeah, I think I wouldn't mind doing that. I wouldn't mind doing that. So, you know, I hit up Ivan. He's in the den. He's immediately, no. Okay, can you think about this? Like, can you just consider it? You know, I really would like this vacuum. You see all the attachments and so on and so forth. And he was like, no. So, you know, it was a done deal. So the guys, you know, he's putting up his stuff and he's cleaning up and blah, yada, rah. And don't you know, he come out his face talking about, like, kind of like under his breath, he was saying to me, well, if you're okay with the condition of your home, then ... Excuse you? What you not gonna do is come up in my house and be talking about, well, if I'm okay with this condition. First of all, just because I don't want to spend $2,800 on your vacuum don't mean I'm okay with not doing something. But more importantly, what condition? What condition are you talking about? What condition are you implying? Yeah. I mean, I ain't, you know, cuss and fuss at him, but he felt a little bit of wrath coming down his neck. Because you're not going to come in my house, you know, being all upset now because I don't want to spend $2,800 on your vacuum. Your vacuum is dope. I'll give you that. But what condition are we talking about? And I couldn't say everything that I wanted to say. Yeah, I ain't get out a third of what crossed my mind. But he felt it. He absolutely felt it to the degree where he was like, yeah, you know, I'll sit outside to wait for my ride. So,